Hello, welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Should be a good day. Work on a feature. I don't know if I'll be able to necessarily finish the feature today, but I can definitely get, I think, some decent progress. Starting a little later than usual. What's up, Mark? Mark is here. Mark, are we going to be using? We're going to be using Avante today. I think it's funny that we've been having such trouble with that plugin, but hopefully it works itself out. What's up, Andres? Andres is here. Nice. So we're going to build a build command. So I'm excited for this. It should be fun. Should be nice and simple. Borrowing all the patterns from what we've learned with the connect command and the startup strategies, and we're going to build a new strategy called a build strategy. So I think it'll be interesting, and it's in my binaries. This build one, we're basically, taking this and turning it into a Sesh feature. So I'm excited for that. Oh, MCP Hub, yeah. So I saw that plugin. It looked cool. MCP Hub. I'm trying to figure out exactly how I would use it. Oh, look at that. MCP plus Avante. I actually didn't watch this one. So you can what? You can ask for the, I'll be right back. I'm going to let my dog in. Hello. Ah, you want to say hello? Come here. Oh, this is Anna. Say hello. She's like, what are you doing to me? Say hello. All right. Adding things as context. Yeah, that's a great idea. So I'm missing all of this, right? So you're creating, oh, this is log in Figma. This isn't what I'm looking for, is it? I think it'd be cool to play around with this. Should I do it on stream? I need a quick, heck yes, Josh, you should do it on stream right now. So MCP, what is it? MCP Hub. I need this. The build will do that. Maybe I'll do, we'll do npm install. Okay. So what do you do with it? That's what I was trying to get. What is like summarize? Centralized configuration systems and intuitive UI for managing, browsing, testing AI tools and resources. It's a single command interface with marketplace integrations. All right. So you have to create a config file? Sure. So we will do that. This is going to go under the place where I called it, huh? MPC NCP Hub. All right. So we're gonna put this in like in Vim, I think is what we'll do. So This should be already there. Right. So now the question is, what integrations do I want? Well, how does this work? What is happening? I need my sidebar back, MCP hub. So is there like custom instructions per server? Discord would be cool. Select a server, click to add or edit instructions. Okay. So we'll just have one exist. Is that how it works? You have to add it, custom tools. Does the custom tools go? Yeah. Okay. Did you push any of this yet, Mark? Mark, look, it's Mark. All right. So let's see if you've pushed it. Or let's see if you will push it. If I boo. Okay. You got to look. Yeah, I don't really commit my dot file. Maybe like once a week or so, I go, oh, hey, look at this diff up here. I'm like, oh, there's something that needs to be swapped. Yeah. So I get it. So that's where I want the config. You're saying marketplace. I think can I just kill this, reopen? Yeah, we'll play around with this. Why not? Sweet. It's this guy. Update configs and plugins. Where does it live? One minute ago, yeah. Oh, this guy. Okay. So custom tools. You disabled this. Custom tools goes on Avante, or is this system prompt? I see. This seems like a lot. I may just want to dive into the feature. So system prompt is on Avante, which I haven't really set up as a system prompt. Is that enough? It goes under the setup, right? Oh, I see. Mine isn't set up that way. Yeah, do the feature. Say less, say less. And it was wonky anyway. Yeah, okay. Well, something to explore, maybe for a specific stream. So let me talk this through. Some people are already aware of my workflow, but I'll describe it so I know what I'm getting myself into. Basically, I'm going to be looking for patterns in my sessions. And if I can match a pattern, then I can assume the build command. There's a lot of common ones like make build, npm build, yarn build, pnpx build, or pnpm run build, bun build, right? And so there's also a way that I personally am able to go up in directories to look for the like parent. So if I'm in a nested folder and I want to be able to get to the place that will run the build script, right? It might be like a workspace or something like that. There was a couple of things here that I had done previously to try to make it work. Um, and then some basic stuff like output. And so this should be fairly simple to translate. And then as I get an implementation detail in here, people can hack at it and add more options, or maybe even filter if you want only certain things to work or not work. So I feel like this is going to be fairly straightforward. I'll probably just use the shell. There's like a shell package in my Go library already that I'll just use that. I don't think I'll go out of my way to make a make and a yarn and a npm. I don't need to make all of those as separate packages, so we're just going to make it. We're just going to make it work. So this is going to be the build command. And I probably should document this. And that's all right. We'll get back to that. All right, so let's build. Kind of want some music. Maybe I'll get some good headphones. Listen to some real music. Testing 1, 2. Weird. All right. Well, if people can't hear me, they should hopefully say something. And if I keep talking, then we'll see what happens. Hey, what's up? It looks like some more people joined. Welcome in. We're going to do the build command. There we are. All right, good. Sweet. All right. I'm glad to hear that. All right. So we're going to build. And for now, the build is going to be Lister Tmux. We're just going to execute things, right? So like the startup script, we send keys. So we need tmux and we need the shell script. That might be enough for today. So we'll just start there. So we want the tmux shell. All right, cool. Can we import? So we're going to do what? We're going to go get current session, run evaluate through build strategies. Run found strategy. Exit if no strategy found. Yeah. I'm getting better at this Go thing, Andres. It's like the exiting strategy, like you exit early, if error do this thing, that kind of stuff. It's been really helpful. So this isn't a fairly complicated project, so I'll give it that. We should have shell here. Or does shell? Yeah, shell's up here. Shell. But I'm going to have to list directories, right? I'm going to have to look. We'll just add more as we need them. I'm not going to overthink it. So shell and tmux. We'll add more if we need more. So step 1, it's nice and simple. I will probably mockery. I think we're going to get a bunch of updates here. All right. So let's do it. We have our connector. The connector connects, and the connector loops through these strategies. And for every time we error, we throw a formatting error, right? And then every time we find one, we will return that strategy's whatever the appropriate values are. And then if nothing can be found, we end up somewhere like this. And that's all we're doing. So I think it makes sense to have a build, which the build will definitely be something we have to pass, right? So it's always like, All right, so let's see if I can just ask it to create a build package with a type interface, real build struct, and func for builder that will follow the connector strategy. We'll see how long this takes, because if it's not any better, then I'm just gonna write it myself. No, that is the wrong place. Great. So there's our builder. Options can be passed in builder build, right? Builder build is what it's going to be. And then a new builder needs config, right? And what did we decide it was going to be? For now, we want Sesh and Tmux. And do we want to do Lister? So this is like the startup. The startup guy is going to exec the strategy based off of the past session. Maybe the last command would be helpful. All right, so the last command is just get last tmux session. We probably need like a get current tmux session. And then we can run our logic based off of what we find there. All right. I'm hot in these headphones. Sitting under all these lights, you guys get to see my shiny face. Cool. Woo. So this is L. This is Lister. Get attached tmux session. Yeah, we'll just reuse that. So that is step one. We're going to add Lister. Maybe we'll just do, I don't think we'll do the same thing exec is doing, because I don't want to send keys. I want to, do I want to send keys? Maybe I do. Maybe we configure it, or maybe it's just something you call. I think I'm going to have to pass options. So that'll be something interesting to play with. All right, so this is Lister. So that's going to be that. And let's just do like a quick sanity check. So I should be able to build that. Not enough calls to build, right? All right, so there's my lister. Boom, there's our session. So that's step one. And then we're gonna set up build strategies. So build. Why doesn't build isn't showing up yet? Oh, is it weird? Build. Look at that, chat. When I type build, that file doesn't show up for some reason. That is unusual. So we're going to provide a path. Yes. We're going to provide a path, and then it's going to figure itself out. So when I am given a path, I will do strategies to look up what's going to be what. So we'll just start with make, right? So on my connector strategies, yeah, so we're going to call this make.go. Dude, what's going on? We're building a new Sesh feature. So check this out. Typecraft is here, everybody. If I hit Command B, should I be turning Keycaster on so that we see what's up? Does Keycaster need to be here? Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Here, I'll put it on my face. If I hit Command B, I just build a project. Just instantly, it just works. I do this with my projects, so like joshmedeski.com, and I'm working on a post layout, and I want to check if the build script works. Look, Astro Build, it automatically knows that I'm in a node project, and it runs the appropriate command. And then at the bottom for me, I can do this press Q to exit. That might not be something I can translate it directly, we'll see. But we're working to implement that. So it works with make, it works with npm, yarn, all this stuff, and it's just a shell script. I think you said it before. It's all shell script right at first. So I've been using this shell script for a long time. It's been great. So now the idea will be similar to this, where I just do it and it just works. I can do Sesh Build, and we've already got it installed and bound to the command. And then in Tmux config, you're going to do this. And instead of that, you're going to do this. Build via Sesh. And this will be some sort of simple, I don't think we're going to do a run shell. We are going to do B. We're going to split, I think we're going to split window here. And I think that this just becomes here, Sesh Build. I might have to wrap this in quotes. So now we're gonna see, that's not gonna work. I have to usually kill Tmux when I do this kind of stuff. Oh, I have to make sure the binding's still there. Duh. Oh, and this was repeated? What is this? Why did I repeat myself? All right. Ah, yes. So I need to build and I need it to stay. And wait. Do you guys like all this typing being over my head? It looks kind of ridiculous. Let's see, what are we going to say? Modifier keys. You can see how my workflow works. Sleep. I'm dumb. Why did I think wait was going to work? Yeah. So I probably won't split window because I find so far new window should be fine. Yeah. I think that should be fine. And then with like lazy git, we can say new window dash C. All right, how do we compare these? B is new window dash C on the pane current path. And then the new one will be like a build builder. I like emojis. What is AI gonna give me? Is this a hammer? Hammer time. All right, hammer time. Ah! So this will freak out on me. Cool. Oh, and it's gonna exit. So when a command runs, can I have sesh? Is this my first TUI? Is this my first TUI chat? Am I gonna be like, hey, we're waiting until we're done? And gum CLI. I think we'll just do something simple here. We did a read input. Something like this, ask to exit. Just a quick little bash thing. And then we're gonna execute or make sure that this guy is modifiable. And then we're gonna ask to exit. Cool. Step one, done. I'm imagining you can control this however you want. You can make it a pop-up. You could make it maybe we dump the output to, my other thought is that you'd like dump this to a cat. Not cat. What is it? My pager. We got dogs. Yes, I know. Yeah, we could do that. I think I like that the most. This one's like fancy. Hey, it's okay. All right. Go. I got people at my house. Okay, cool. So this is fine. I'm sure we could find a way to do this later, but I think it's a reasonable starting point. Because what happens is you build this, and then when you kill less, you're sent back. Cool. So then let's build this sucker. This guy's like dangerously close to my face. I feel like I'm going to get attacked. Hiya! All right. I digress. Let's actually build this thing. So we're building. I guess I'll have my connector over here. So the connector has all the things given to it, and then there's a connect. And this is a connect or package. That's probably fine. I think build is part of like a generic get ignore kind of thing. And so my guess is we're going to run into problems with that. Builder, 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 builder. All right, cool. So the builder has some sort of detection. We're going to figure out what we're doing, and we're going to figure out if the right project lines up with the right thing that needs to happen, and then it's going to happen. So that's the connector. So that's the builder, and then build.go is going to be my actual build script. So this guy needs to go here. This has been fine for me. So how does this work? We have strategies, which are functions that return a connection or an error. So this will be like, it'll return a command and then the error. So then our strategies is a map, and we loop through the strategies. All right, what does this one do again? So the strategy comes up from what's found is then used to make the connect command. So we have our strategy to do the lookup, and then we have our executor, which our executor is always going to just run script. So that's less important here. Now we're going to do strategies. So it's going to be a func of real builder. And we're going to start here. So these are going to be private. So this is make. So our func is called make strategy. All right, and then what does this typically look like? It's got the connector and the argument. And that goes here. Make strategy. All right, so I do need to make sure this is builder, real builder. And the builder needs to do like dir stuff. Now I used to have auto import. Let's make sure it's here. We have a lint server. Andres, are you here? What one of these tools usually does go import? One of these go imports. This might be the one. One of these would just auto import for me, and it was the best. You use Revisor? Okay. I'll use Revisor. It's probably gonna change some of my existing imports, maybe. Nice. Builder. There's my builder. It doesn't want to. Builder build, builder. Cool. Is this going to be enough? I mean, literally, if I get one strategy in place and get the binding set up, like that's the win for today's stream, which I would be fine with. So my builder has all of that. So I have dir just does that, right? So the dir isn't really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for like a file. So is there going to be an path? What is D here? Path. Path comes from the other place. All right, so let's see. It's going to be very small for all of you, but I'm guessing that there's an OS or a file path. Okay, so there is a file path. Yeah, has make file. That's what we're looking for. And so that's simple enough. The real question is, if I'm giving a path, am I using file path yet? Oh, too many. So the configurator is a path join. So I do have a path. So this guy. So all I really care about is this part. Is this using OS already? No, it's not. All right. So you can do an OS stat on a path, and it will be, if error not nil, it's true. And if the OS happens to throw some sort of different error, I probably don't care. I'll just have Sesh Build just not do anything. It's fine. So we want like this. We want some sort of exists. File exists. What do we think? Oh, interesting. So it might just work that I call the file path. So that's this. So if abs is not nil, do I abstract that into a function? I guess I could improve on this and build more feature-rich options in the future without having to, without having to go back. So this is one of those return a bool. Yes. So it's not really a path exists. It's really just an exists check. Interesting. Look at all these things. Look at all this standard library. Okay. So then what we'll do is we'll just use it. So path wrap. So path wrap is something that we'll use regularly here. Path wrap. Now, to my people that aren't Go developers or less familiar with this project, some of you will be like, oh, I know why he's doing this. I have path wrap specifically because I do really like to write unit tests and I like to mock this kind of stuff. And when you try to use path directly, the mocking library doesn't really play nice. It doesn't really want to pass that over to the mocking system. So path wrap is my easy way around that. And so far it's served me well. So that's path wrap, path wrap. Is there some reason why, what do we say, exists? So it's still E till E. So that's that. It's a simple truthy falsy. So now, do I need separate file strategies? It feels like I could do a lot of this here. If path has make file, so that's like the exists, right? I don't want that. I want this. All right. So that means path wrap is going to come from here. Sesh CLI. So my build command needs shell tmux least lister path wrap. So do we do P? No, we want builder. I'm dumb. Check it out. All right. So this is the fun of having a builder package. We're not going to do all this here, are we? I think we will do that. All right, so we have builder and we have lister. So I'm going to get the current session, and from the current session, I'm going to build. So go do the build. It's simple. We'll see if there's a better way to do that later, but let's keep these things separate. So this will be, what did we say? It was builder and lister, kind of the opposite, right? All right, lister and builder. So lister, builder, and our builder is going to be near, is my connector listed here? It's down here. Builder, new builder, and what does this want? It's just guessing. Dir and path wrap. Now, did we name path wrap, or is it just path? It's just path. All right, cool. And then our builder needs path wrap. These are our dependencies. And do we build? Oh, we're not there yet. Model on builder, builder. Make or build. Okay, so that's good. So now we should be able to sesh build. Yep, and we still got what we had before. So now our make builder needs to go away. Let's close that. I think I'm going to do a fresh start here. So my builder build is going to say make file is b.pathwrap.exists, and then if make file, it's going to return make build. Now, instead of, how do we do this with OS? So OS execute. Is it OX? No, we have an exec. So the exec wrap for command takes in a name and arguments. So we actually want to do that. We definitely want to do that. All right. So it's going to return name, args, and error. Am I allowed to do it in that order? So it's going to be make args is build. It's like a subcommand technically. Is my exec command require the argument? I think we'll start there. I think we're going to start there, and we're going to see if this succeeds. And perhaps in the future we can add to this, but yep, if makefile, then do that. I think in general, I'm going to want to do the root of the project kind of thing. So I'll have to think about that because the work trees will take you to the root of the monorepo. But if I'm in a specific folder, I don't necessarily want to do it too many times. What's up, Ritesh? Ritesh is here, everybody. Good to see you. Hello, good morning. Where are you in the world? It's evening here. All right, so we're going to stick to this. This is going to be the command name. Oh, I see. We're just going to say string error. So the string is the command. And we could repeat this, repeat for npm package.lock for, what's up, Devin? Devin's here, everybody. npm, we're about to use AI, Devin. This is a less technical friend, but you're becoming more technical. We're going to do a pm lock.yaml for pm build yarn.lock for, look at this, yarn build. All right, let's just see if it plays nice. Change these to X to evaluate and return each time. Yeah. Oh, yes. I love the inline stuff with Go. That's nice. All right. So if that exists, we're going to do that. If that exists, we're going to do that. If that exists, we're going to do that. Thanks, man. Yeah. I've been doing it a while. I don't know if I'm a master, but I'm definitely pretty confident and capable here. You know what's funny though, Devin? I've only used this specific programming language, I would say thoroughly for like the last maybe year and a half, something like that, which isn't very long for being with a programming language. So kind of interesting. Let's see if I've broken something. I haven't. Okay. So the path does end without a slash. So this slash makes sense. And if we were to just build this thing, the builder returns the string. So it's one of those like func determine command. And we're going to do like that. And then we're going to do some sort of determine command. And if it's empty, we don't care. We'll return no. And if not, we're going to execute. Should we just execute on the builder? No. Yes? We'll probably just do the tmux run command. It's up to me, right? So how do we want to do this? We get the current attached session from the lister, then we pass that path to the builder, and we do the build. So I think that should be fine. No, not the connector, the exec, what do we call this? Like a startup, right? So the startup script, cut my head off a little. What do you think, right through the eye line? The startup script will do all of the things and then send the keys on the current window, right? No, on the session name. Interesting. So we do need to show it. This isn't an exec thing, which we didn't even add that, I don't think. I think it's going to be a tmux send keys. So I think our builder needs the tmux. Let's just do it here, tmux. Right? Let's just put this guy in. Put me in, coach. Let's just sort these. And then this guy will be tmux. And then this will be tmux. All right. So we have our script. And we're going to send keys to the session. Now, I want to know the timing of it. We've had a few bugs submitted already where the timing of this is a little bit off, where sometimes the shell isn't yet evaluating. And in the time it takes to evaluate, the send keys has already done the wrong thing. So there may be an opportunity to adjust this to say, and when we fix that, we could fix something similar here. I feel like it's going to be like a, what would it be? Send script to shell on window? That's a little bit tricky to always, it's hard to determine that. So I'm going to start with send keys because it's been working reliably for me. Andres or Mark, are you guys using the default startup or the startup scripts on the sesh configs? Like, are those working well for you? I don't know. I think people who use Z Shell that have long startup times on Z Shell, maybe they have too many plugins installed or something. That can happen to them. For sure, that can happen to them. So something, I don't know, something to think about. So then my less command isn't really going to work, is what I'd have to say about that. Because I'm going to, yeah, it's going to probably fall apart on me. I think there's some clever new development for this feature that I haven't figured out yet. So that'll be fun. We'll figure it out. I don't know if we'll get to it today. It's already 9 o'clock my time, but we'll figure something out. We'll figure something out. All right, so we're sending keys with tmux. So that means the builder needs tmux. And the build command needs to take the path, the session name, and the path. So we could pass the session itself. You've used it some. Cool. And it's been working. So then the question now is on the model, on the session. I probably will do this because I'm thinking that you can have a build command. That's not probably going to be done today, but it probably makes sense to say, does my sesh CLI, does this guy return a session? I think it does. Let's look. This is a session. Great. So what we'll do is we'll pass the session in, which means we'll probably need the model passed as well, right? Right, model. Model. So we have our model. Let's get our commas in. So instead of doing that, let's get rid of that guy. We're going to have this be the session. So it's just a sesh session, please and thank you. I kind of want to get this guy, you're not going to see it, it's kind of behind me, isn't it? We're going to do the B build session. B builder build cannot use session as string value is argument. No, it's not, I just changed it. Oh, because it returns? No, not because it returns. Well, this stuff isn't going to work yet. Session dot. Wait, hold on. Yeah, that's right. Right? Right? Why is this doing this? Model sesh session. What have I done wrong? What am I not seeing? Model. Oh, I don't think it's a dependency, right? I forget how I use models. Did my brain just break because I don't know this language well enough? All right, we'll figure this out. All right, so why did I do that? All right, we'll close that for now. So build wants a string still, and that's because I haven't resolved this. Could not import. All right, so then that's a mistake. All right, send keys. It what? It still thinks it's that. Is that why? And then model isn't a dependency, right? We're just using a strut. We're not, yeah, it's like an interface in my mind or like a type, so I don't have to make it a dependency. All right. So the command comes from that. And then we don't care about this, right? How does it actually work? We send keys. We just send it. Tmux send keys. I think it's just like return an error if something goes wrong. And then there's too many arguments in here. So send keys is on the session named session. If there's no command, we return early. Otherwise, we send the keys. I could do like an error, I guess. Yeah. It's not a big deal to do this for now. Let's close that. Let's see, have I broken everything? No, it still works. So now we're building All right, so let's Sesh Build. This is the build. No tmux session attached. Right. Maybe in the future we had a flag where you could build a certain script, right? You could like have a custom script that runs or a certain path that's found or something like that. Hey, thanks for jumping in, Devin. Yeah, I'll see you around. I'll message you. All right, so then we're gonna build, make, build. Builder, go. Why is builder? Where did this come from? Dir path tmux. Dir path tmux. The error is it wants that, and it should be that. And then this guy is unused. And this, oh. Cool. And then on my mocks, we'll make sure that that runs. Cool. So no more errors. Make, build works. Now we're going to see if this thing does what we think it will. Yeah, so this is where it's going to get really weird. So if we just like sesh build, are we going to have to like force the system to stop, or this is going to be weird? So the way tmux runs is that typically you create a new window and you call a command. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is create a new window, let the script start on its own, and then send the sesh build command separately. So how do can I have my shell start on the new window instead and then manually have sesh on shell? Like, can I do that with the configuration? I don't think so. Well, that's not how it works. So what we want is we want it to hang out. Because watch, we're going to make build. Oh, we're going to go back to our main project and we're going to make build. And what's going to happen is it's going to immediately close. So the question is, if I'm going to pause and show the output, can I can cheat by having my builder build build. Oh my goodness. All right. So we can send keys. So the command will be like, yeah. Hey, July. Good question. What external CLI I use for prompt AI? I'm using something called Avante. Avante.invim. So it's like a cursor-like tool for my NeoVim. So if you've heard of Cursor, pretty popular tool right now for doing that. Yeah, it's been really great. And then I have a Copilot subscription with GitHub. So GitHub allows me to pay them for a Copilot subscription, and that's underneath the hood what language resource, LLM is powering the actual output. But yeah, Avante's been great. So if I send keys plus we pipe less, this isn't like the coolest, sexiest thing in the world, but let's just see if it actually does what we think it would. So it'd be make build. Is that what we did? And then we piped less. Oh, but that. So Sesh Build is going to call make build. So let's just start without the binding because I don't know yet how to get past that shortcoming. So if I make build, I'm going to get this, and if I sesh build, I'm going to get something similar. So I need to actually know when does the make file, what is going on? Make file, my fingers. So we do that. Also, can I also? Sure. So we can make build, and then we can sesh build. And sesh build is gonna not do what I expect. So it's the send key. The send keys isn't doing what we think. So let's like go here. This is tricky. So as a reference, what I've done in the past with the sesh last command, where we can switch to the last session, that one works because there is a tmux like signal. It's a command, but it's running behind the scenes. It's not something that we expect the output. So really what's going to happen is when I sesh build, I'm not going to send keys. I'm going to call the command, capture the output, and dump the output under the sesh build. I feel like that's what's required here. I don't think there's a way around this. Like I can't do it a different way. I don't think I can do it a different way. All right, so we're going to pivot. Gotta love a good pivot. Pivot. So the exec wrap runs the exec command, and then was it a command? What did we actually do to not send keys, like the last command? Right, so the tmux switch clients, let's just go. So the shell command thing is what I want to look at. So standard out, we assigned it here, and we return an empty string. We wait for it to exit. Do I have to wait for output here. Let's just like see. Output the what do we want to output? When completed. Do I actually want this? Or do I think I want this? We wait. We get to the trimmed output from standard out string. Where's standard out assigned? Standard out comes from the buffer. So we trim output, we return it. So this is where we're getting outside of the territory of what the package is currently capable of. The package is able to run commands, but we never expect to see the output. And in the times where we expect there to be output, we're not using standard out on these commands to determine that. We're using custom formatted messages, which is fine. I mean, that's just the design of this application so far. So now we want to take this idea we can experiment with this, I guess, and see what happens. So is this? This is the preview command. So he has a prepare. And how did he use this? He's using rat in that situation. We could try to shell prepare command. Interesting. So maybe we should learn from this, because I didn't write this, but the prepare command is used for this. We're able to output things from a command and look at it as a preview, right? So if we go to like wallpaper, color scheme, these kinds of things, we're going to see different things being outputted. So the prepare command, I think, is our only way forward. I don't know what the replacement's about. Replace the path. Ah, he does a substitution here. So I don't really care about that part. Is it optional? Doesn't have to be. So instead of doing all of that, we're going to use the shell library. Yeah, let's just do this. Let's just do what he's done. All right. This is cool. So how about that? We have contributors, we have people helping with the project, and I'm able to leverage that for a new feature. Very cool. So let's see how well this works. And some of the output is going to take some time. So I don't know yet if we need some sort of streaming like practice where we stream out the thing that we want to see. So we will find out. We will find out what that looks like in practice. Because most of what I do is pretty instant, but in other places it's not immediate. I even have some TUIs attached to some of this. I do use Turbo Repo in my day job. And that has like a UI that pops up, and you wait for all these things to finish in real time. You can see the status of those things as they happen. So let's see, this is that. This is an execute on the previewer config. So we're executing the preview config. So let's see, the builder. We do have dir. Are we using dir? Let's find out if we're using dir. I don't think we ended up using it. All right, so that's one less package. We end up not wanting to send keys. This is wrong. We need to use I don't know how I missed that. Yeah, this is what it's supposed to be. So we need to keep path wrap to do the exists. Then we're going to be given a command. I'm just going to keep this. That's probably why. Guess we'll do real builder. All right. All right, so that was that. And then this guy needs to be passed. Well, that sounds kind of dirty. Needs to be passed. All right. So that is correct. No build command found for path. We're going to send keys. No. So now this changes. We're not even going to do that anymore. We're going to builder. What was it? The command? The previewer config does a shell prepare command. Wait, hold on. Is it just the shell command? We prepare, and then we send the command. Oh, so I don't need that part. We just shell command, and we take the command output, and that's what gets outputted. Shell. Shell. So path wrap and shell. Great. So that's less dependencies. I like it. Keep it nice and simple. And then we will format print the preview. Not the preview, like the, the preview or the output of the command. So then this becomes what the Preview config does something like this. So we do like this. Command. 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 Oh, let's do that properly. Sure. Shorthand is not a big deal. So this is going to be the builder. This is going to return what? What does this return? String. Fine. And error. String error, string error. Output, no. Yeah, that's fine. This actually might just work. I do have to Sesh CLI, I have to update this guy. So what are we doing? We're doing path wrap and shell. Look at that. It already knows. All right, so then that means that we just run Sesh Build, right? What's going to fail? My real builder doesn't implement this. Oh, right. Fine. Builder is going to return a string and an error. And then the sesh CLI build command is going to take the out and the error. And if error is not null, we're going to exit with the 1. And otherwise, we're going to format dot print out. What is this? The CLI preview command. Runs the preview, prints the output. So we will do something similar. Oh, that is what I did. Yeah. So build should return string and error. Let's assign that properly because I'm a Go developer, everybody. I am definitely the best Go developer there has ever been. I'm just kidding. But that variable assignment stuff still kind of gets me. All right. So now we should be able to make build. And now if we sesh build, executable file not found in path. User bin. User bin. It's right there. It's right in front of us. So is there something I need to be doing differently that I haven't done? Execute not found in path. Okay, that's done. Okay, so we need to do what we did in the other one. Not that build, builder, build, please. So basically, preview, config preview, we prepare it and we turn it into parts. Because this guy returns, oh, I'm not going to get to it as am I. So this is going to be string like that. All right, so then this is like this. Update the I think we call it a list and go, is that right? So these are our commands. And instead of shell command, we should be able to do like this. And this is going to go if command is empty. All right. We can build. We did it. Holy smokes. Sesh Build, everybody. It exists. It's in the world now. What are you going to do about it? All right. So now if we go to joshradetsky.com with Sesh Build, we get an exit code. Interesting. So according to this, is it because nothing happened? Well, I'd expect the error would print. We got an exit code, but what did the exit code produce? What's another? Well, we can. Let's go back to here. pnpm-lock YAML. pnpm lock / .yaml. Yep, that's it. We're off to the right start here. I almost wonder if there are other projects I could test. I think I can. Let's see, I was just doing this Three.js course. And what is this made of? It's made of a pnpm lock file. So now if I npm install, we'll have an npm file. And if I sesh build, I also get an exit status 2. All right, so why would the exit code be a status 2? So here I want to exit 1. Should I echo? Like that? Yeah, I feel you there. Oh, so it's not even getting to this stage. I bet one of these is erroring. Right, so we're getting the error from the command. Right, all right, so we'll try to make build and sesh build. Oh, it's determining make build still. But there is no make file. So that's funny. That's hilarious, actually. So why would it think that this exists? What we learned is that we were supposed to call this, and if it doesn't error, I don't think that's enough. It is the stat thing, wasn't it? We had done that before. We had done that with this. We did the file path, and then we did the stat. So this was the join. There's an OS stat. Is that what it was? That was different? Is this going to give me a different result? Yeah. So we won't get colorized output. I kind of expected that. But that is the issue. All right. So we'll do what? OS wrap, and we put it on the OS wrap instead. I think we'll just put an OS wrap. So OS wrap stat. We already have it. So we'll use that instead. All right. So then that goes away. And we do OS stat. And then what was it? Oh boy. Do I not have it? Forward. What do we say if the OS stat error is not nil? All right. Sensitive path wrap, we're going to do OS. All right. Man, we got to move all this around, don't we? So get rid of that. CLI becomes OS. Forward builder to the command, so make build should just work. Builder build. Okay, let's fix builder build. Ah, right. So we're doing stat. And we're saying if return error not nil. We should be able to do this in line. Fix all. If to use OS stat. Really? That's hilarious. Set it. Fix additional if to use. Do I have to be that specific? Yes, I do. All right. So now we should be able to make build. It works fine. Sesh build works fine. And then like something like joshbrodesky.com. Yeah, cool. So I kind of like the idea of doing TUI stuff. Maybe we could bring in a charm library or something and put some polish in. And then what I'm curious about with this is with some of these commands, I get color as output. So ensure always colorize output. Is there like a color always flag? There probably is, right? Yeah, I'd have to play around with that, but there's usually some way to force colorization, so that's something to play around with next. It's working. It's not perfect. I don't personally love it yet, but we're off to a good start. So now the question is, if we make build, we want to do mockery, create our mocks. So our builder has that. Our sesh has that. Let's chore. Actually, we're going to do this. We're going to say change echo to built to path. Let's see if it knows what I mean by that. No. Built to that. Cool. To make build to echo path of. Okay, something like that. And this guy, we have our build command. We have our builder, feature, create basic working, create build command. We're going to add it, right? So, which is kind of fun because we get a new version bump, right? We're not going to version 3 yet, but we get to do something like version 214, or I forget exactly what it is. I will probably call this feature experimental for the time being. How would you mark this feature as experimental for the CLI user? What do they got for me? Experimental here. Sure, but will I ever remember to get rid of the experimental flag? That is the question. That is the real question, isn't it? Okay. Well, I thought this was fun, chat. We have a working build feature. I'll probably take a little bit of time and energy to maybe clean this up or work on it a little bit, and I'll make an effort to merge it in and mark it as experimental and let people play around with it if they want. We will most likely add a build command config, where we can capture that build command from the config file. So that'll take a lot more work and some new dependencies and things to be shuffled around. And I'll say what I always say at the end of a stream. If you want to talk more about all this stuff, you can head to joshfedesky.com and click that little Discord button at the top, and that'll get you to the Discord server. Always appreciate a YouTube subscription. And if you want to learn more about the project we worked on today, it's called Sesh. I have a video on it. I have another video coming soon. It's a Tmux session picker, and it does more than just pick, right? It does lots of things now. It's sort of like a session. It's a tool for doing smart things with your sessions. Lots of fun things coming up in the next few streams, including a little pull request where we'll make sure that this works. Build command. So if anyone wants to go check out PR 240, you can see the work from today. And we're almost at 1,000. Are we at 1,000? We're at 900. Yes, cool. That's my first time seeing that number. So we hit 900 today. Very exciting. And thanks for all the support. I'm sure I'll see many of you in the Discord server. Until then, I'll see you next Thursday at the live stream. And bye for now.